Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. Guys, let's talk about the only stock that's even worth talking about today. Let's be honest. I mean, come on. If you haven't heard of Eastman Kodak Company or KODK, then, well, you're either just starting trading today or you're living under a rock. I'm not really sure which. But yeah, the stock is absolutely nuts, and it's a great example of the reason why I love trading and uh, kind of showing what's possible with trading low cap stocks or penny stocks, if you want to use the terminology. But KODK, absolutely freaking nuts. Yesterday was actually nuts. If you look at this thing 3 days ago, whoops, 3 days ago. 3 days ago, this company was trading in the twos. The stock was trading in the twos, like 250 to 270. So yesterday, it gaps up to I don't know, somewhere around $5 in that range, and then that was pre-market, and it climbs pre-market. And when the market opens, it's already in the $8 range. And it, like I said, it started in the twos the day before. So you're talking about 4 times your money already just when the market opened. And ended up curling down and then coming back after hours and making this crazy move after hours. President Trump actually mentioned it, I believe. I'd have to read the news. But I think, let's see. I saw something in there about Trump talking about it yesterday, I think. Trump touts Kodak loan and PPE procurement. So the thing was crazy already. Then Trump mentions it, and either way, after hours, it went absolutely nuts. And the thing after hours went from around $8 to it was trading around 13 at the end of after hours last night. And at that point, I almost took a position, and I thought, now I'm just gambling if I take a position at $13 with it up that much when it was in the twos the day before. It just felt like chasing, but I just had a feeling with it being uh, as big a mover as it already was, and then Trump talking about it, just everything about it seemed like it was lining up to be the big mover, but I just couldn't bring myself to chase it at $13 at the close of after hours. And of course, now I wish I had. The thing today, if we look at it, so this morning it ended up opening a little lower than it closed after hours. So pre-market, it was back below 13. It was even in the 11s at one point when it first opened up. Then pre-market, it ended up going. It already, look at the volume down here. Already had crazy volume pre-market in the millions, and then right out of the gate when the market opens, it shoots up and gets halted. So it gets halted over $20. Like I said, I really wish that I had chased it yesterday because 13 felt like chasing, but I just had a feeling about it. Didn't pull the trigger, which happens all the time, and now I've got a lot of FOMO going on. I had a meeting this morning, ended up missing this, probably one of, if not the craziest stocks of the year, and I ended up in a meeting in down there at my big boy job. So that sucks pretty bad. Got home to find out that it had gone to $60. Can you even believe? I mean, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. The thing went from $2 2 days ago, and it hit $60 today. Absolutely freaking insane. I just can't even believe that happened. But every once in a while, you get a unicorn stock like that does that. And anyway, it got halted. It came, ended up dropping somewhere around. Let's see what this candle was. It dropped a couple bucks, looks like, in a 1 minute candle. So That's a pretty big drop if you were somebody that was stuck in that after the halt and ended up getting halted on the way down. So it's pretty likely if you were holding this thing up there in that $21 range, it's pretty likely you didn't get out until somewhere in the teens if you were lucky. Some people might even held it lower and ended up coming close to VWAP and bouncing off before it went back up. And then it got halted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, uh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's been halted at least 16 times today, which is insane. And I talk about not playing the halts after the first few halts. That's just my rule because it seems like more often than not, if you're buying after the second, third halt, a lot of time you get stuck with it going down. In this case, not so much. It just kept going up and up and up and up. And some of these candles are insane. If you'd bought it at $50 or over $50, and then it would have opened after the halt at almost $60 or maybe even right at $60. So a $10 gain out of the halt, insane. But then there's the other side of that. This is why I don't play halts after the second or third halt typically. In this case, maybe I would have, I don't know, but I wasn't around to find out. So I'm just FOMOing after the fact. But the other side of it is if you're this inevitably is going to happen at some point with these stocks that get halted multiple times going up. And so that's why to me it's like gambling and I don't want to get caught on the backside. You can lose a ton of money if you get caught on the backside. Imagine if you were unlucky enough or chasing enough, didn't know what you're doing, inexperienced enough that you bought up here between 50 and $60, and then it gets halted and then you're holding it and you freeze on this 1 minute candle where it opens up. This is just 1 minute before it gets halted again. Imagine if you freeze and you're just like waiting for that bounce, hoping to get your money back because you might be down $5 or $10 a share, which if you took even a decent sized position would be a lot of money. And you're hoping it's going to curl back up, and then you get caught in another halt. And this is just insane. It gets halted up here in the $47.25, so around $47, and it doesn't open again and unhalt until $29. That is freaking insane. You're talking about an $18 drop just from holding it through this halt. Just if you were unlucky enough to get stuck in the halt going down, and an $18 per share, that is crazy. I feel really bad for a lot of you that might have got caught in that and that might have, panicked when it was down here. And I wouldn't even really blame you because you don't know if it's going to keep going down or not at this point. So you get out, take that huge loss, or you hold and hope. And again, it gets halted going back up. And what's really amazing is the range in this. When you're talking about a halt right here at $29, the next halt is at 34 or 35. So $5 1 minute candles are all over the place. There's 5 and 10 minute candles for 1 minute candles. That's crazy, guys. The range is crazy. Anyway, day traders dream if you know what you're doing, but it's also extremely risky after you've had this many halts and considering the range is so big because it can go against you just as easily as it can go in your favor. And you definitely don't want to be sitting there when it drops a few dollars and then you're holding it hoping that it comes back. At this point, it curled up. These big drops here make me very nervous because it shows some strength, like it's going to try to curl up, but then it has a nice huge 1 minute drop right here and gets halted again. And people lucked out that it found support here and then curled up again because it's more typical in this situation that it would have halted and then continued down more. But this thing just has unbelievable staying power because there's so many eyes on it, so many day traders watching the amazing range that it has, and the news that came around it, just everything about it has it as one of these unicorns where it's anybody's guess what happens. But at this point, it did not continue higher and go back towards high of day. It's kind of faded. And then every time it's kind of curling now, like it reached that level of resistance there that you saw here, a little bit of consolidation there. And now it's dropping big. So my money would not be on going long at this point, and even so, it's too expensive for most of you. If you're watching this video, most likely you aren't going to be buying a $39 or $40 share stock with a smaller account. And to me, it's even too expensive to be playing with any of my accounts. So I'm not going to touch it either. And I would be a little bit nervous if I were anybody. It looks like it got halted again. Let's see. Yeah, it looks halted again. So looks like it got halted again. Now, like I said, you really get to the point where you're gambling because this thing could unhalt. It could unhalt down here at 30 bucks, kind of like this giant gap right here. You don't know what's going to happen here. It is looking more and more like the backside of the move. And it's definitely a stock to be watching the rest of the day and could be a stock to watch tomorrow because it does have such crazy range and so many eyes on it. But be very careful if you are trading this stock because, in my humble opinion, you're messing with fire when it gets to the point where it's been halted 16, 17, 18 times. And these candles are huge candles. Even if you're buying 100 shares and taking a small position of 100 shares, when you got a $5 1 minute drop, you can be down 500 bucks real quick. And I don't know too many people that wouldn't at least miss that 500 bucks. You got to have a pretty big account to be taking losses like that and shrugging them off, playing this kind of volatility. But anyway, that's about pretty much all I got to say about that. It's the only there's other stocks that are moving, a few like SCKT, but it pretty much is faded all day, so no real opportunities on it. SNOA, same thing. This thing has a lot of range from the nines, and it was up in the 14 range this morning, but mostly just fading on that as well. BGFV's popping up on the scanner right now. Nothing exciting about that really as far as a good setup. Had a cup and handle kind of there where you could have maybe got 20 or 30 cents out of it. But the big story of the day, the one everybody's watching, and rightfully so, is Eastman Kodak KODK. So good luck if you're stuck in that. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're not holding it right now into this drop, especially going late in the day, because everybody knows as it gets later in the day, it's going to go one of two ways. Either people really believe in it, like yesterday, and it goes crazy after hours and goes up when you're in this scenario, or it goes the other way, and especially with it being day 2 of the huge move, I gotta figure that it's more likely to go down than up as it goes towards close, but you never know. Could it find the strength? It's definitely squeezing shorts at this point. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were caught with their pants down shorting it yesterday as it's going from the 2s and then end up squeezing to 13 last night. And then these kind of moves here do not happen unless you have a bunch of people caught on the short side, as well as all the longs and the eyes on it. So I'm sorry if you're one of the people that are caught short in this thing. Hopefully you've done the right thing and covered by now, because you never know how high it can go. And this is the stock that will prove that to you if you're a more short biased trader. These are the stocks that really open your eyes as far as you don't know how high this thing can go. You probably were saying yesterday, if you were shorting this, that, oh, this thing can't break 10 bucks. Oh, this thing can't get over 13. Oh, it's going to open up lower and fade tomorrow. And the next thing you know, it's up to 60 bucks. So very dangerous stock to be trading. It does provide a lot of opportunity. It is exciting, and hopefully y'all have made money on it. Unfortunately, I got FOMO from missing out on it, but like I said, it's also very dangerous. So if you're a new trader, not experienced, I would not really recommend touching KODK, especially now that it's so damn expensive. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like videos like this, make sure and like and subscribe. I'm still trying to get over 1,000 subscribers, which has not happened yet. It seems like when I got to 900 or so, it stalled out. YouTube, why you hold me back? Let me get over 1,000 so I can make my first YouTube dollar. And anyway, make sure you like and subscribe to help me out. Help me try to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can make my first YouTube dollar. If you're interested, I do have a link to Acorns, which is just a passive roundup investment site. It's an app for your phone. So when you spend $1.50, it rounds up to $2 and puts that 50 cents in an investment account. It's a way of saving money passively for things that you don't budget for. And I like it. I just use it. So I figured I would start putting an affiliate link out there that gives you $5 and me $5. So we each get an affiliate commission. If you're interested in that, click the link. This thing did just unhalt and it is currently heading lower, but it does look like it's getting some support. So we'll see what happens here. For now, I'm going to get out of here. Got to feed my kiddos lunch and get a bite to eat myself. But like I said, my money is on this thing going lower through the afternoon. I'll be shocked if it retests the high of the day at any point in time. More likely to me that it goes lower. The news was not, to me, amazing enough to warrant a $2 to $60 move. So we'll see what happens. But probably ends up fading and shorts piling on. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Peace.